Good morning. It's Kim Elizabeth, and wanted to talk about taking a look back to give some understanding and acceptance in the present. Um, I'm really excited because I realized something that it doesn't solve the problem, but it lessens the pain a little bit because I have understanding.
3.5, 4 months ago, I fell on my kitchen floor. And I fell hard. I was upright and I was immediately flat on my back. And for 20 minutes, I could not move. I so much pain. I'm hollering. My dogs are right there in my face. They did provide comfort, but it made me realize how alone I was. Now, after I was able to move, and for a good while after, from the center of my back to the center of my thigh, I was in constant pain. But I am overweight, and that much weight hitting the ground that fast, that hard, obviously deep tissue trauma, and it's going to hurt. It was a good month that it hurt, and then it got down into just the lower spine, which my hips, my lower spine, I have degenerative arthritis, so it made sense that it hurt a little bit longer. But by the end of 2 months, everything was completely gone except for my right hip. Now here it is, it's been 3.5, almost 4 months, and my right hip hurts so bad every single day. There's not a moment that there's no pain. And the thing is, I know that I landed completely flat. So there was no understanding as to why my right hip was still hurting until I just remembered something from the past that it's something about myself that I've known. As a result, I had 2 children C-section because of this. My hips are tilted, which is not an unusual thing, and it's not unusual that one hip be tilted and the other not. But the thing is, both of my hips are tilted, but they're tilted in 2 different directions. One is forward, one's backwards, and I never remember which is which. It didn't matter to me because I was just told it was a rarity, and it's why I had to have my 2 daughters C-section, and that was it. The thing is, I learned to deal with it, and it's the way I walk, the way I stand. Certain things I can do, certain things cause me pain if I do them. And I just put it away in my head and forgot about it until just recently. And I realized my right hip must be the one that tilts backwards. And therefore it was stuck out and it was struck harder. So it didn't make the pain go away, but it did give me understanding of why the pain's there. So I know it's a psychological thing, but somehow it is a lesser pain. It didn't go away, but it's lesser because I understand. And it made me realize that there's things that we need to go back and look at about ourselves periodically, because there might be a problem that you're having now, that something from your past about who you are that you've just kind of registered it in a bank and you never look at it, could help us to a solution or an understanding for a problem that we have today. So regular looking back, regular providing feedback. I'm in daily mode right now. I used to recommend weekly, but when you get off the course, as far off as I had gotten, and those habits aren't there the way they used to be, instead of reviewing weekly, I need to review daily. And sometimes you need to go just a little bit further back. And it was just a random conversation that I brought this information up about me, and I don't even remember why I brought it up about me. I can't remember what made me say, well, my hips are tilted, and then I stopped, and I'm like, whoa, wait, that's the answer to this. And that is one of the things. When your subconscious mind knows that you're paying attention. There's a practice that I started years ago, and it was so awesome. It was from a book that I had read, and I'm not going to try to quote it right now because I don't remember the name of it, and I don't want to dishonor the author. I do know that I'll look it up before I post this on the blog so that I have the information in written form. She actually has a course that goes along with the book. But in the book, there's, I believe, it might be 40 days. There's exercises, and every day you have to do something. And it was originally designed for artists to develop their creativity. But I realized that there's exercises like this one that I'm about to tell you about that can help you no matter where you're at in life and no matter what you're trying to do. And what it was first thing in the morning when you get up, before you have your coffee, before you do the shower, before you do anything, you sit down for 15 minutes and you write, you journal. And in the beginning, you might be writing, I need to keep writing because I don't know what to write. But you just keep writing for 15 minutes and then you stop. Well, in the beginning, your subconscious mind says, somebody's out there knocking and I'm not paying attention, because they never pay attention to me. But after you continue to do it for a while, it is amazing the answers that you end up getting because your subconscious mind knows you're paying attention. And once you're back in that mode and you're connected with your subconscious, it'll bring you the answers. And I believe that's why it reminded me about my hips being tilted, to give me an answer, to give me an understanding. Because it wasn't a major worry that I have this pain, but it was something that stuck back there, and I don't understand why. And, you know, I've found that there's a lot in my life that I didn't agree with, I didn't like where what. But if I could just get an understanding, then it's okay. It makes it acceptable. It may not be a situation where you stay, but it makes it acceptable. And it's the same thing with understanding why my hip's hurting. I understand it. So the pain's not as great, and it is what it is. But anyhow, I need to get back to this journaling, and I said that a little over a month ago, and I forgot about it, and here I'm reminded of it as I'm writing this. So tomorrow morning, let's start with the journaling and see where my subconscious mind takes me, because it already knows that I'm on track. I'm doing the self-hypnosis, I'm doing the meditations, and I am moving forward, and I'm listening, and I'm paying attention, and I can only stay on the road to my crystal clear vision and get there. And I will get there. And it's exciting. It's thrilling. But for those of you out there that's watching, do a little check on your past every now and then. Just who you are. Just inventory of the information there. There might be something in there that can give you some understanding to a situation you're going through right now. And with that, I'm going to end. And I'm going to go get some coffee and donuts from the bakery. Bye-bye.